Welcome back to Beyond the Buzzer. I'm Dave Glavin here with Shay Sullivan. Shay, how are we tonight?
Doing excellent. How are you?
Doing great. Not tonight for me, but a little early morning pod.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hour earlier than normal.
yeah. Can't ask for a better slate of games today. LeBron in the Garden, nothing better than that.
Yep.
We got a loaded episode. Gonna get into a little NBA tier list. Talk about the Pacers' struggles without Haliburton, how they should approach the deadline, and gonna touch up on the award races, and of course finish with the pick'em.
Yep.
So for this tier list, we got 6 tiers: championship ready, one move away, wild card, fun to watch, but they got no chance at a ring. Play in hopes, and then Wembenyama,
I
which
have a
I
bad
feel
feeling
like should have more teams in it than it does. But
there's going to be a lot of teams there.
yeah, I mean, let's start with. Do we want to start from the bottom or the top?
What do you think? Go from the top.
Championship ready.
Championship ready teams right now. Um, is there?
I got
There's no
6.
cap. You have 6.
I've got 6. No cap, but I've got 6.
All right. So we'll go like what 3-3.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go Bucks Celtics. I'll get the East. I'll take the East. I got Bucks Celtics and that's it.
Wow.
That's
I
all I got.
gave for the East. I gave Celtics, Bucks, Nets, and Sixers.
Ooh, 4 teams.
I think those 4 teams are better than any team in the West right now.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, I would, but that's why I only have. We'll get to the West, but yeah. So
Okay.
you have 4. I got 2. We agree on the Bucks and
Yeah.
Celtics. That's like pretty common. But
Yeah.
walk me through the Sixers. Why you think they're championship ready right now?
I mean, it's all an asterisk with Joel and Harden being healthy, but I just don't think like there's a move out there for them that really makes sense. Like they've got a solid 7. I mean, maybe try to get an 8th like real rotation guy, but I think this team is as presented, ready to go.
Yeah,
Need to
I
be healthy though.
they
Can't
got
can't have one. Need to be healthy. Can't have one guy down. I am starting to like the Maxi move off the bench.
yeah.
I think I'm surprised he's willing to do it. Um, but it gives him a spark they didn't have before.
I like that move too. He's still getting 30 minutes a game though, so he's
Yeah,
playing big minutes.
he's just playing different minutes.
Yeah. Did you see the Georges Niang fight thing today on the bench? What was that all about?
I did not see that with a
Yeah, a little
teammate or something.
scuffle. Yeah. There was a little scuffle. He's their 7th guy though, right? He's kind of be a key
He's
cog
yeah.
in that team.
They like it's tough now. So I guess throw Melton in the starting 5. So 6 man's Maxi.
You got Thibault
Yeah,
and Niang and Milton. Those 3.
Niang. Yeah, and Trez.
Oh god, backup center. He probably won't play much.
10 minutes.
Niang, yeah, he's been logging like 20 minutes a game. He shoots the 3 pretty well.
4
I
of 7 today.
It's not bad. Yeah, Joel, talk about that performance today. Went off against the Joker, MVP back to back. So he's legit.
47, 18, and 5.
There's no questions around Joel anymore.
I think, I mean, all this fuss about him not being an all-star starter. Yes, he should be there, but at the same time, like, no one looks back and is like, oh, this guy wasn't an all-star starter this year. Like, it's so trivial.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't pick a wrong guy there. Giannis and KD had to be there, and then, I mean, Tatum, number 1 team in the East. Like, it's tough. I had no problem picking Tatum or Embiid there.
Didn't we do that last episode?
Yeah.
We both bumped Embiid out, right? Or did you like
Yep.
him?
I had him in there.
Who would you bump out? KD?
I bumped Tatum out. I
Oh,
bumped Tatum out.
Tatum.
Yeah.
Oh, so you kind of you might be
Well,
mad.
I think like they're 6 and 7 right now in the league. So
Both conferences.
like top 10 players in the league. I got Embiid 6, Tatum 7. So,
Interesting.
but it's really interchangeable to me.
Would a Brown Embiid like Jalen Brown and Embiid, like if you swap Tatum and Brown or Embiid right now, is the Celtics even
What
better or
team's
worse?
better? Ooh.
They'd be dirty, especially with Smart too. Like they've always been missing that really good big man.
Yeah, I mean Philly would be fucking pretty good too. Harden and Tatum.
But that's it. They
But
have
that's a
no.
weird like. Then they'd
Yeah,
have no big.
Philly's built kind of weird. They've got a
Yeah,
weird
they
roster.
need Embiid. So the Celtics will be better, but it's a weird fit for the
That's why.
Philly.
That's why I don't think Philly's there yet. We saw the last time they made a big playoff run, Ben Simmons pooped his pants in like we know, or that was like 2 years ago at this point now, but
Yeah,
and then again last year, Embiid, he will not blow the series. He's gonna do everything he can to, and he was
I
hurt
just
last
want to see
year
him
too. Remember?
healthy. I want to see him healthy. Yeah, he had a broken face
Yeah, like get him healthy, and he will be the best player on the court most likely in any series up until that Eastern Conference Finals.
with the
Up until
Bucks.
yeah, and then if you take away Harden, like that's my only problem. If you take away Harden, it's Embiid and blank, and that's where I can't upgrade him to championship level. If you take away Tatum, you got Brown, you got Smart, Brogdon, Horford can chip in. I guess Horford's not really a
Mhm.
big guy, but that's the
I
only
think
reason.
Tobias is having an underrated year. He's gotten a lot of hate because he got a huge deal, but
I'm
as a
hating.
fourth option, he's been really solid.
Well, can you trust Maxi as your third at this point?
I think so. Yeah, he's a bucket.
He's inconsistent, but yeah, he can score the ball.
Yeah,
Better than most guys off the bench, at least
they
at
got
this.
some shooters. Melton. I mean, Niang's shooting 42% of the year. I didn't realize he was that good from three.
He has been good.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think they're in this. They're with the Nets, so I mean, you probably have
Yeah.
Nets and Philly as one move away.
Yep. Well, like, you need
Uh,
that one guy.
I think I don't think the C's are just. I mean, yeah, they got a great regular season record, but they don't have a backup big. Cornette cannot get minutes in the playoffs.
No. And Rob Will isn't dependable. You can't trust him to even be healthy.
Exactly. Are
That
you
backup
are
guy
you
is gonna hurt.
banking on Rob Will and Al Horford?
No.
You can't.
But they got an extra spot, so they're
Yeah,
gonna
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think the Bucks are perfect either, but they're the best. Those two are the best. So I feel like Philly and Brooklyn are on their level.
that's where I disagree. They're slightly under. Slightly. It's close. It's
Okay.
close. But I could see him swap. I could not actually anticipate a swap. I don't think Boston or Milwaukee could do anything at this point to downgrade themselves unless there was an injury. But I think those two teams
Yeah.
are they're going to be there at the end no matter what.
Joel's got. I mean, I like the like. If you're gun to my head right now, it's the Bucks, but I think the Bucks and the Nets are my top two in the East.
You love the Nets. You love them.
I do. I like Kyrie.
Kyrie's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
But Ben Simmons, like where he won't even play in ABC games because he's scared that like too many people are watching. He sat out today because his knee was sore.
Yeah. I mean, he's their backup center right now, and that's just the reality of it. I think they'll still be fine. Still be fine.
I don't know. If he can actually produce a double double, then I will. You know what that's the Nets thing. I told you what the Sixers thing is. They need that like actually dependable secondary scoring. The Nets, it's Ben Simmons. He's the X factor. If he can average a double double in the playoffs, I agree they will be a championship team. That's the thing. If
Are
he
we
can do it,
talking points and rebounds, or like I think he could do
point,
rebounds and assists.
point. He has to be able to like drive to the hoop and not be afraid to get fouled and make a shot. Just make like 10 points. I'm not even asking for 15 and 10. Just 10, 10, and 7. Perfect.
I don't think he has to score. They have so many scores. You don't need it.
Yeah, but they almost don't guard him out there. He's
Well,
a negative when he's on the
it's
floor.
impossible to. It's may not be impossible, but it's very hard to play him and Claxton at the same time.
Can't do it. No, I think it's impossible. You
Yeah,
cannot do it.
impossible. Yeah.
You can't do
In the
that.
playoffs. In the playoffs, can't do it.
No.
So he's
Almost
your backup center. They need a backup center. He's a good enough defender. I mean, if you're
6'10",
playing
yeah.
Philly, like he's not guarding Joel. But who is?
No one on that team.
Who in the league is guarding Joel? That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, we saw Joker couldn't, and you think he'd
Yeah.
probably have a good chance. Even though he's not the best defender, but like just
Yeah.
size-wise, like you'd think he wouldn't be able to be bullied.
Deep
But
boy Jaren Jackson is 6'9". Joel's giving him 40.
but yeah, Memphis will never sniff. We'll
No,
get to the
no,
West because Memphis
Yeah.
is not sniffing, not top six.
Let's get championship ready West right now. I've got two teams.
Who? You go first because I don't have it.
Denver and Golden State. And I don't like Golden State. I feel like they need a big. But I gotta respect them. If that core is there, they got a chance to win any playoff series.
All right, that I could see that argument. They might be the only team I consider fully healthy. They're championship ready.
No, Denver?
No, Golden State.
Yeah, I'm saying you don't consider Denver in there?
No.
Okay.
Denver next tier. They're with Philly in Brooklyn.
Okay. Yeah, so we have those 6 teams as – I mean, maybe you have more people in the one move away.
I do.
I've got 5.
Yeah, who do you have?
Clippers, Grizzlies, Cavs.
Yes. They almost made it into championship ready for me. They almost did.
Yeah, this is I've got 4, sorry. Grizzlies, Clippers, Cavs, Pelicans.
I like that. No Suns?
Suns are my wild card.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I did have the Suns because I think I mean, they're coming off of – I know that was disappointing last year, how that ended. But
that was humiliating.
It was humiliating. But the year before was so encouraging, and if they did not collapse last year, I mean, we could be talking completely different story, but they did. So
their window's over.
I think they got one more year. This is it for Chris Paul.
See you later. I think they're done. Ayton doesn't want to be there.
They re-signed him. They have a plan.
They had to re-sign him. He's gone as soon as they start making moves. I don't think it's this deadline, but I think he's gone.
Well, he tried to leave.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him.
Yeah, so clearly doesn't want to be there. But yeah, Pelicans, Clippers. I had the Grizzlies, Nuggets, Nets, Sixers. I got a lot of teams one move away. That's real league. There's a lot of parity in the league. Like so many teams are literally, one move away or one injury by a team at the top, and then everything opens up. Like if Tatum were ever to go down, like Celtics.
See you later, Cease.
Yeah, and we're talking different story. So it's interesting. I think a lot of teams are one move away. I almost wanted to, you'd have probably love this one. I almost wanted to throw the Kings one move away.
Kings. I don't even have the Kings in wild card.
I got them in wild card right now, but
I've got them in. We'll get to that later. But I've got them in fun to watch, but no chance.
Really, you have no chance, no hope for them.
No. Great regular season story. They're not winning a playoff series. Their championship is getting to the playoffs.
They're shooting scary. If they get hot, dude,
they're scary. They cannot play defense.
But they just want to shoot it out with teams. That's fine with them.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they steal one at home, but if they're matching up with like Dallas or, Golden State, see you later.
Well, I give them a chance just because offensively they have the firepower at least to keep up with almost.
Yeah.
Defensively, they're not
best offense in the league by points wise.
Yeah. So I mean, if they can't miss, no one's going to beat them because they will just run away with it. But yeah, defensively they got some holes. I sent you that. The Kings have the second worst home. Yeah. Which you would think, like home record, you'd be better. So you took that as they could regress, which I could see that as well because they do have such a good record still, 27-20. But like, what if they flip that switch at home? What if they actually become Is that possible
I
mid-year?
mean, they could make a. I don't think they should like get complacent and not try to improve at the deadline. Like I still think they could make a move, but I feel like they're not going to want to break up what they have because they haven't seen success like this in a while.
Quite some time, yeah. But one move, if you say you wouldn't even consider them if they made a move at the deadline to pick up like a John. I mean, it probably wouldn't be like a John Collins, but someone of that caliber.
I need a rim protector in Sacramento
to pair with Sabonis.
Yeah, I mean Sabonis can play the 4. Like he is not that good of a defender.
He's 6'11" though. Like it's gonna be tough to put him at the 4. It's a big lineup. That's like what they're trying to do in Minnesota right now.
So I mean, yeah, it's like he's pretty similar to Cat, I guess. Like in terms of them being dominant offensively, but average defensively.
Yeah, he's a good 3-point shooter, around 37% this year. So he's only hit 20 of them though, so he doesn't shoot him a lot.
Doesn't shoot him. Doesn't shoot really much at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't shoot in general. So, I got him as a wild card.
Fair. I'll get into my wild cards.
If they can figure out their home record, they're a good road team, which is rare, which is very rare in this league. I was going to actually bring that up maybe later in the episode, but I want to read you the road records in the NBA, and it is laughable, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So
wild card.
Yes.
Lakers, Suns, Heat, Mavericks.
Yes. No other additions?
That's all I got.
Okay. I got a couple other teams. I got Portland, which you might
believe me, I wanted to put Portland in there. I really did. Dame is I think over his last 8 games is averaging 40 points a game on insane efficiency. You're going to hate this, but they saw Dame and CJ, a small backcourt, 2 elite offensive players, and they said, fuck it, let's do it again. And threw Simons in there, and they can't defend any backcourt in the league. Simons is great.
He's great. Great player.
I don't think he's on CJ's level yet, but he's headed there offensively. Can do everything.
Elite.
And they chose to build the team the same way. With a small back, he's 6'3". Their Dame is what, 6'2"? Maybe.
On a good day.
Yeah. They can't defend any backcourt. I like Jeremy Grant, but Dame with an elite big, I feel like would be so much better.
They won't do it for him though.
No, I don't get it. Package Simons and Nurk for like, I don't even know.
Well, I mean, the only big really that would make an impact at this point is probably like Ayton or probably Miles Turner. But
I'd love Ayton.
Ayton would be fun to watch because I mean he doesn't play much defense, but offensively he's I think head and shoulders better than Nurk at least.
Oh yeah,
I got him at a wild card. If you would have told me by game 48 they would be last in their division, a division that consists of the Nuggets, T-Wolves, Jazz, and Thunder, I would say, I'd be sick to my stomach and say, oh God, what the hell happened? Dame got hurt again. Like, how are they behind the Jazz and the Thunder? But here we are, and they're a wild card team somehow, which just shows like they have so much potential, but they can't do it. They can't make that next step.
I just have trouble thinking that I mean, Simons and CJ are pretty similar.
Yeah, very.
We saw CJ is as good as it gets offensively. 3-level scorer. But
do it all.
It's just not the guy. It's not the number 2 to have next to a small 3-level scorer point guard.
You're right. Sucks to say it, but honestly, at this point, I'd go back to the CJ and Dame days. I loved the CJ and Dame days, but get a big. That was the problem. You're right. They did the same thing. So if
Get Dame to New Orleans. Get him to New Orleans.
he does not want to go to New Orleans, no way. But maybe just to play with CJ. But
That's what I'm saying. Brandon Ingram
I'll
to
send him small forward. The last
Dame,
team I had,
CJ, and Zion.
that would be dirty. Championship team instantly, but it would never
Yep.
happen. Never happen. The last team I had 2 more teams in the wild card. Actually, I had the Hawks and the Jazz.
Oh, the
Hawks
Jazz.
better.
The Jazz.
I got the Jazz. I actually like the Jazz, in specifically because how good they are at home. And Lauri Markkanen's an all-star. We gotta respect this guy.
They do not want to be good,
but they are, which is like they're a good team. They play basketball.
I think they've fallen. I mean, they got a great coach. I like that Hardy guy.
Yeah.
They're 10th. I mean, they're 25 and 26. I want to know what they are in their last 10. 5-5. Yeah. I mean, I can see them doing that for the rest of the year.
Yeah, they'll maybe win a playoff series, make it to the Final Four.
No. They're not making the playoffs.
Oh, they're making the offs.
I don't even think they make the play-in.
That's crazy. They've got they're 16-9 at home. They've got one of the
I
best.
like the Thunder more than them.
No. Next year,
I do.
So, are they a wild card team to you?
I have play-in hopes
For the Thunder.
For Thunder and Jazz.
I got the Bulls there. Like, that's the level of team I have. The
play-in hopes is my biggest one. I mean, I've got a small. I couldn't put. I had to create a fun to watch, but no chance for 2 teams. The Kings and the Knicks. I watched that Knicks Celtics game the other day, and could not have been more happy just as a basketball fan. I like watching Jalen Brunson play basketball.
He's fun to watch.
He is elite in the mid-range.
He does everything the right way, too.
When Julius Randle is playing well, I hate the step-back threes, but he's fun to watch. And Knicks Celtics. I feel like there's not that many rivalries in the league, but there's not a bad Knicks Celtics game.
No, never.
So I had fun to watch, but no chance. I couldn't put the Kings or the Knicks. I mean, I guess these. No,
the Knicks are getting good.
Kings in wild card, but I don't know. I got these 2 teams on the same level. Like they're solid, but they're not winning a playoff series. But they're not in the play-in either. So they're like that weird 5th, 6th seed.
You don't like the Knicks that much, huh?
I think their ceiling is like they push one of the top 5 teams in the East to like 6 or 7. Yeah. Maybe they shock Cleveland.
Whoa, what is that?
I don't know.
That was a StreamYard thing, right?
Must have been.
I've never heard that before in my life. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. If you guys heard that, I don't know what it was. But
yeah.
I almost put the Knicks in wild card, but I have them playing hopeful.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like we could eliminate that category and just throw Kings and Knicks in wild card, but I don't think they're in the same level as like the Heat. Like I feel like the Heat have a much better chance. Like
yeah,
I don't think the Knicks are 1 move away, or even 2 moves. I don't know.
They've got.
They got a good team to kind of get in the playoffs. That's it.
No, I don't think they'll win a playoff series either.
I think the Kings are the same way. Like they're designed to make the playoffs. That's it.
I kind of see them as like the same as even like the Timberwolves Grizzlies matchup last year. Like if they find themselves in a matchup like that first round, where the other team is like the Grizzlies, and they're not really that good, but they had a really good regular season, and those 2 teams shoot out every night. And the Timberwolves had The Timberwolves had the lead every game, but then just couldn't close
to the 4th.
Yeah, I could see that being like the Kings story of like they actually had a really good offense, but they just couldn't get stops when it mattered, and they lose in Game 7. But the Jazz is different. If you can win on your home court in the playoffs, you will win playoff series because they have to win at your place unless you're the lower seed, which they probably will be. But like, if you can't win in Utah, I think you're going to struggle. They're one of the best home teams in the league. That's why I have them as a wild card.
They started out hot. I mean, I wish I could like. I mean, there probably is a line out there somewhere. Jazz to not make the play in. I'd be all
That's
over it.
Here's the last couple Jazz home games. Ready?
Yep.
Beat the Hornets. They suck. Lost the Nets. I'll give you that. It's not the Kyrie had 48.
He
But
went berserk in the fourth quarter.
yeah, they did lose that game by 11. Beat the Clippers with
No one.
no one. You're right.
No one played.
But Markman went berserk. They lost the Sixers at home by 1. Respectable.
Yep.
I mean, to you is a championship team. So
Yep.
I got them right there.
Beat a game winner.
Yeah. Beat the Magic. Beat the Cavs.
Who played, did Donovan Mitchell play in the Cavs game?
He did. He had 46.
Oh, that was his homecoming
Game.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
What's his face? Went absolutely insane at the end. Jordan Clarkson
Yep.
went berserk. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if the right guys, they're a tough team to beat at home, at least. Like, every time you're in Utah, it's going to be a close game. And be buzzer beater. Or, like, Donovan has 46 and they lose. Kyrie has 48 and they only win by 11. I mean, 11's kind of a lot, but that fourth quarter, they won by 11. It was a tie game going into the fourth. And then Kyrie went berserk. I think they're going to be tough out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we're agreeing to disagree here.
Tougher than.
I like the Thunder more than the Jazz.
That's tough.
They have the better player.
Who? Shea?
SGA is miles above Laurie.
Okay.
He's borderline 10 this year. There's too many guys for him to be top 10, but he's like 12, maybe 15 at the worst.
But then it goes Jazz guy, Jazz guy, Jazz guy, Jazz guy.
It goes Laurie, Jordan Clarkson, and then at that point, like, who even knows? Like these, I'm taking the Thunder. I mean, Giddy's solid. Lou Dort, I like that. Jalen Williams, the shooting guard.
Malik Beasley, you don't like him on the Jazz?
Solid shooter. I want him to get moved.
He's having an underrated year, yeah. Maybe
they're gonna make some moves. This is Danny Ainge. They're not keeping this. Danny Ainge doesn't want to make the playoffs. He's got 15 first-round picks in the next 10 years.
Yeah, but they could be kind of good, though, and still be banking on those picks. What about Colin Sexton off the bench? He's an interesting piece to move, potentially.
To move, I agree.
But you're going to get something back for these guys unless they're not bad enough yet that they can throw in the towel. That's the thing. Like, they can't.
This is their ideal spot for them. Do they really want to? They could be in the Victor sweepstakes.
No, it's too late. They've got 25 wins. The Rockets have 11. The Spurs have 14.
I'm saying you just gotta get to the So they're 25 wins. You said
with Laurie on the roster, yeah, they have 25.
So you say you trade Clarkson, Beasley, Mike Conley. Those
You're
three
blowing
guys.
up the whole squad.
You keep Sexton. No, I mean 3 guys, maybe 2.
But this is good. They've been playing good. You can't blow that up. What does that say to the team? What does that say to Laurie?
I mean, they've been playing good. They're the 10 seed. Yeah, they're 2 games back of the 4. So maybe that's why you don't.
They can't.
But
they're 2 games back from the 4, and they are, let's count, 10 games back from the lottery.
Well, they're in the lottery as we speak.
What's the
top 14? Only the top 8 teams in each conference are out of the lottery.
Yes, you're right. But there's not a new rule for the number 1 pick? Is there only
top 3 teams have a 14% chance?
But then everyone else has fair game?
It's like descending from record-wise. So like they're probably the 14th pick right now. So they have a 0% chance, a 0.001% chance at number 1 pick. But you could make that like a 5% chance.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Or sell some tickets at a home playoff game, make some money.
it's true.
We got to move on from the
Yeah,
Jazz. They're a hot topic.
playing hopes. I mean, Wizards, Bulls, Magic, Pacers, Raptors, Jazz, Timberwolves, Trailblazers, Hawks, Thunder.
I agree. You got the T Wolves in there, right?
Yeah,
Yep. And then the Pacers, did you have them in there?
they should be in Wembanyama, but I have them in there.
I do too.
Pacers and Jazz are the exact same. I think the Pacers might even be a little better.
All right, we'll agree to disagree on
We're
that.
getting to the Pacers right after this, but
Yeah, we'll get into them.
yeah.
The last category, right? We have one more.
Wembanyama, Rockets, Spurs, Pistons, Hornets.
No Wizards.
Wizards, no, they're playing hopes.
I
They,
could
they've
see
been playing. They've been playing better. They're not blowing it up. They play. They're gonna be like the Orlando Magic from a few years ago, where they're like the 8 or 9 seed every year for 4 years.
and just
They're trying to build a big three of Beal, Kuzma, and Porzingis.
I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
But like I could see a Portland type thing where like Beal just sits out the rest of the year. They get the other guys some minutes and they just
that's what
find
they did. That's what they did last year, and they got
and they
Johnny
do it again.
Davis. They got,
Oh, I
or
saw
maybe it was 2 years ago.
no, yeah, no, you're right. But just Johnny Davis, you brought it up. So I
saw your
saw
tweet. I saw your tweet.
the random people to receive an all-star vote. Johnny
Yeah,
Davis was on the who was probably the worst pick in the entire draft.
I think he voted for himself.
Can he do that? He's not even in the NBA.
I think all players get a vote. He's
Well,
on a 2-way, I think, so he should be able to get one. I think the Hornets. I have a sneaky feeling about the Hornets getting Wembanyama. That's the only chance LaMelo stays, I think,
that
and
was
that'd be a great thing to watch, LaMelo and him.
that'll be very fun to watch. But don't go to that organization. I want LaMelo to leave.
I don't think he's signed an extension.
He shouldn't. They haven't
Yeah.
done anything to like even encourage him that there's a bright future.
They could have got Kenny Atkinson, and they wouldn't let him pick his assistant coaches. Who does that?
Yeah,
Come on.
MJ, right?
Yep. Full tier list took a little longer than expected, but I think we ironed it out. We're getting into the Pacers now. 1-8 since Haliburton got hurt. Only win was coming back from down 20 against the Bulls. It shows Haliburton's value, but it also
MVP.
shows the lack. No. It also shows the lack of talent around him. I was gonna talk about maybe a big decision at the deadline with upcoming free agent Miles Turner, but he's having a career year, 18 and 8, 2.5 blocks a night, shooting a career high from the field and from three. But he got an extension this morning.
Yep.
It's actually an interesting one. 2 years, $60 million extension, but when I first saw it, I'm like $30 million a year for Miles Turner. But they added $17 million to his $18 million salary this season because they had cap space that they needed to use for this year still.
So they gave.
So he's making $35 million this year.
Wow.
And then only 21 and 20 in the next 2 years.
Gotcha.
Solid deal.
It's a very good deal to move him on.
Exactly.
Because you can
like for having a career year, I thought he was getting 25 plus.
He should.
Yeah.
I think.
So I liked it for Indy. I liked it for him. I mean, he's still getting his 60 mil. It's just part of it's this year. He's getting paid this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they're close enough to the Victor sweepstakes that they I guess this was before the contract. I felt like they should have traded him and Buddy Hield, but I don't hate keeping him. He's having a great year. He's only 26.
Yeah, I agree. I think I think he's gone next year. The Pacers, I actually like the most out of any team in the entire NBA in terms of rebuilding because they're probably gonna move Buddy Hield.
Field? Yeah.
They're gonna move him. Like he has no spot on this roster. They're guard heavy. He did his mentoring already for the young guys. Thank you, buddy. We'll get something for you, and we'll see you wherever we play you. And then I think they still are gonna suck. Like they're not good enough. Even if Haliburton comes back and Miles Turner continues to perform, they're still like they've lost 1 out of 8 games, or 1 out of 9, or one out of 9. Sorry. And this when we look at the roster, they've got no one
They
besides.
got 3 guys. They got 3 guys.
Yeah,
Haliburton, Matherin, Miles Turner.
and that's it. And that
Not a
team,
bad spot to be.
no, because they're going to find themselves with a top 3 pick and probably a lot of cap. Like you're not paying
That's
any
what
of
I'm
these guys on
saying.
rookie deals.
Top 3 pick right now. They're right with the Jazz, back end of the lottery, like 12, 11. That's not what this roster deserves. They should
No,
be top 7 minimum.
yeah, but that's the
Uh,
thing. I think this team is way worse. Like we'll see regression with the Jazz. At least they got guys like vets on the team. Like Mike Conley's a respectable point guard. When they
I
don't
think
have Haliburton,
you should be getting moved.
so you think both these teams should blow it up?
The Jazz have more options to get stuff for, but the Pacers, I mean, what are you getting for Buddy Hield? Realistic, yes, he can shoot through 3, but he's getting paid 20 mil this year and next year. I mean, you're not getting a first.
You might. I think there's a market for Buddy. He's having a great. He's shooting 43% from the field, averaging 18 a game.
A first for Buddy?
I
I
would give
think
it first, Buddy.
I couldn't. I think
If you're
you'll get whatever Jordan Clarkson. I mean, his deal's a little different, so I think you get maybe less for Jordan Clark. Maybe like a heavily protected first.
from the Bucks,
I like it, but I don't think they could make the salary work.
yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's a big problem. But like a contending team, I would give up a first round
New
pick.
Orleans. I'd love Buddy Hield back in New Orleans.
Would you do it for a first?
They got a lot of firsts to give up. So yeah, maybe I'd throw one in. Maybe a Milwaukee.
There's a market. There's a market for Buddy, and then I don't know. I honestly think they made this deal to trade Miles Turner this offseason. Like it is set up perfect where Miles is happy. He's getting paid this year.
Yeah.
He's happy because he's having a career year and he's getting paid for it right away. So it's an immediate money in his pocket. And he's on a crazy good deal to like literally he can match Buddy Hield's salary, even though
Yeah.
they're on the same team, but like
Borderline top 10 center. I mean,
yeah,
he might even be like back end top 10.
probably is. And
Yeah.
for 2 years, 20 mil, that's you go next year, you have 2 years to create yourself in a new place before then you get that. I mean, what he'll be 28 by then, and then you get the bag.
That's your last big deal right there.
Yeah, so he set himself up perfect, and that next team is going to pay him a ton of money. I just don't know who that's going to be right now, but there'll be a team this offseason, I think.
I'm a little worried about the career year and his contract year,
Classic.
but I think we're going to see a lot of 2-year deals, 2-year extensions this offseason, or 3-year deals with a player option in this third year because of that cap spike in 2025. New TV deal. There's going to be more free agents that year than probably any year we've seen.
They're getting ready for it.
People are getting paid.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some current award races. It's been a little bit of controversy on Twitter. Let's start with Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
Jaren Jackson is the leader, minus 165. Bam, out of nowhere, plus 650. He was probably plus 2,100 a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Brooke Lopez, plus 850. I think Brooke's out of it. I was surprised Nick Claxton wasn't third. I was gonna hate on Jaren Jackson this video. because he fouls so much, and I don't know how the defensive player of the year can be at risk of fouling out every game. That's just
Not good defense.
tough for me, yeah. But I guess his fouls are at an all-time low for him. 3 blocks a night, which have been confirmed that they're not inflated. Uh, if he misses any time, though, I like Bam getting some respect.
All right. I got to go probably lock of the year, block of the century. Put your life on it. JJJ, Defensive Player of the Year. Take it now. Take it now because all this weird controversy comes up and people are like, oh, his stats not even legit? But they are. We looked through it. Maybe a couple are not. But
Laying the juice?
for reference, the big problem here is Jaren Jackson's home stats, which is, the only thing that makes it like home and away different is you got the same scorekeeper every time you're at home. And he's he works for the Memphis Grizzlies. So his home record in terms of stats, he has 22 steals this year, 66 blocks at home. On the road, 12 steals, only 37 blocks. It's about half the amount that he has at home, which definitely raises eyebrows. Whether or not they're legit or not, you have to say, like, how the hell can you play?
That's a big discrepancy.
Yeah, at home and then on the road, like you're just a shell of yourself. So, but they've kind of debunked this whole thing. It honestly looked like a hit piece. Like someone on Reddit posted this. It was the first post they ever made, and they haven't posted it since. And they just posted this random stat, and we're like, "Look at this!" And it caught fire. People were like, "Wow, this is definitely
I saw it everywhere."
Yeah, so I'm taking him. I think there's no one else that even rivals him in terms of defense. Almost, I think it's like defensive stats, and then right under it is record. And Memphis has the record. I don't think they're going anywhere, despite not really liking them as a team. Miami's heated up as of late. Get it? No pun intended there. But,
Yep.
They're catching fire a little bit. They had a really slow start, which killed a lot of people's feelings of the Heat. But they've had a great month. They've only lost 4 times this month. So I guess that's where the team's coming from.
He's been elite too, man. I mean, he could be an all-star, borderline all-star. Bam, it's gonna be interesting. I think because of the Heat, I could see him getting in.
They're the 6th
over Jimmy.
Oh, interesting. I'm still going Jimmy, but I love Jimmy.
Jimmy hasn't played enough, I don't think.
That's true. That's the only problem. But when he has played, he's been
6th man of the year. I think this is the easiest future in the world. Russ is the leader, -110. No. He is not winning the award.
Trap.
Brogdon, +240. Book it.
Yep. Hasn't he won this award before too?
No, he won Rookie of the Year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could have. Yeah, you're right. He did on the Bucks, but he didn't have a. I could have sworn he almost had one maybe for the Bucks, but no.
He was their starting point guard.
Yeah, you're right. So this is really the only time he's come off the bench.
Out of nowhere as well, Maxey +900. Interesting. So the books must know that the Phillies committing to him off the bench because I feel like he has not played enough minutes to already be considered for it. But I think him. Russ is getting moved at the deadline, and he's getting bought out, and he's not going to play anywhere. So
I agree with
you. He's not going to be on the list.
Don't take that, please.
And if he doesn't get moved at the deadline, I'm going to be very unhappy.
Yeah. Also, how does the minutes work for the 6th man of the year? Because he is averaging, this year a lot of minutes. He's played 1,300 minutes.
Russ?
Yeah, like even though he comes off the bench, he still plays 30 starter worth minutes. Like how
it must be related to just starting on the bench. I don't know how the minutes work, but
because it isn't really fair. Like he plays 32, 34 minutes a night.
Yeah,
his stats are really inflated.
Yeah, and he has the ball so often,
all the time.
most improved player is the closest award we have left. It's between Laurie and Shea Gilgis.
Yep.
Um, Laurie minus 115, Shea plus 120.
This is kind of like a head-to-head podcast topic. Like,
It's whoever makes the plan. Playing.
you're
One
going
of
to
them's making it. I'm going Shea.
Yep.
I don't think he should win it though. I
No?
think because they're winning a little bit more, he's getting his recognition. Yes, he's added like 6 points to his scoring average. He's averaging over 30. But I think I think he was a borderline all-star last year. And now he's pushing like superstar, I guess. So maybe that's the jump. But I feel like Laurie has been more improved, if that makes sense.
Yes. I completely understand what you're saying. And I agree. The only
I
problem
don't
is
think most improved should go to a super like John Morant won it last year.
I
Like
was going
we
to say,
knew Ja was like he gave it to Desmond Bain on his own team because Desmond Bain showed more improvement. Like
yes. But it's almost parallel. SGA and I'm blanking right now, but John Morant, sorry. Those
Ja,
two.
yeah,
But yeah, same exact stories. Like we kind of knew Ja was a star.
number
And then
2 pick, most improved. Come on,
yeah, I don't really we both didn't like that one. And then this year, I agree it should go to Laurie, but it's almost impossible not to give it to the guy that's averaging. Like you want that guy to become a star in your league, not Laurie marketing.
yeah. That's why I think there's value in plus 120.
Like he's a potential MVP in years to come. I don't think Laurie
Mm-hmm.
has that ceiling.
No,
He's having
but
a really good
that's
year.
not the award though either. That's the thing. Like it's.
Yeah.
Did anyone see Laurie Marketing turn into an all-star this year? No.
No.
He was a throw-in in the trade.
Yeah.
Like
Danny.
I think if you ask a lot of people, they're valuing Colin Sexton more than Laurie Marketing in that trade.
I for sure was.
Yeah. So interesting to see how that plays out. I feel like they're going to give it to whoever makes the play-in. I don't think both of them make the play-in. Like one of the two.
What if they both do? Then what do you do?
If they both make the play-in, I'm going to be really upset because that means there's no chance the Lakers made it.
Hell no.
Or Portland.
Oh yeah.
So I think there's a better chance both miss it than both make it.
Interesting. Should we go on record right now? Lakers, Portland, Thunder, Jazz. Those 4 teams.
Who makes it? Who doesn't?
Yeah, who makes it? Who doesn't?
Lakers are in. Thunder are in.
No Blazers or Jazz.
No Blazers or Jazz.
I was gonna say the exact opposite of you. So perfect. I'm gonna go Jazz and Blazers.
Good. And I have a good feeling that maybe the Portland gets in instead of OKC, but I'm not giving Portland any love anymore.
No more. They don't deserve it. But I
They
could see
built
actually.
the team the exact same way.
Yeah. Same way. And they
Yeah.
didn't change.
What do you expect? What do you expect is gonna happen?
We went through this too. Remember, like 3 years ago, they picked up Robert Covington,
And
and we were
Norman
like,
Powell.
yeah, and we were like, oh wow, like these guys might make an impact. Like this is perfect for Dame, and then nothing happens, and we go get Jeremy Grant and Josh Hart, and it's like the same exact thing.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
like,
let's keep going, Nurk.
yeah, they don't change the thing that needs to be changed. For
Weekly pick'em. Your first, I believe, your first sweep of the year. I'll give you some props. First sweep of the year.
First,
We are
game
now
48.
we're dead even, 17 and 17 each on the year. You had the Minnesota win. They
Yep.
play up.
You sent it in the Discord though too, so
I did because it was sharp, so I had to.
Yeah,
I had to hop on it.
Yep.
This week we got some solid games. Clippers at Cavs.
You know I'm going Cavs all day.
What if Donovan Mitchell doesn't play? He's been kind of. We'll assume he's playing.
That's tomorrow, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Do either of those teams play today? No.
No.
So I think he should play. Hopefully.
Let's see. I'm gonna see if he's a game time decision.
He's missed the last 2 games. He's only played 1 game in the last 6, so
Game time decision.
I feel like he'll play. It's not a TNT game. It's not even televised.
No.
So they got the Bucks Pelicans on TV tomorrow night.
Clips have won 4 straight.
I love Norman Powell. I think he should be traded at the deadline. They don't use him enough.
What? Norman's their best guy off the bench.
Yeah. Well, no, you're right. Well, no, he doesn't get enough minutes. He doesn't play enough. He's averaging a point a minute.
He had a rough start to the year. I think his minutes are a little swayed. He's getting 26 minutes a night off the bench. I mean, that's your 6th man.
And he's elite. He's an elite 6 man.
He's good. He should be top 5 in the race. I've got the Clippers.
Let me see their road record.
But it's also they got a bad feeling about Donovan playing, so it's a little. It was some tough games to pick for the pick'em.
It should be a close spread, so it'll be.
You're not gonna like this next one.
Yeah.
Warriors Thunder.
Where's the game?
In OKC. I got OKC.
That changes things.
Yeah.
A little young guys versus the vets. A little, shocking.
Guys going for 35-40.
Wow. Interesting. So have they played yet this year? That's the question in my mind. Because I feel like the Warriors on the road, it's so hard to try to get behind them. No, they haven't played. So this is the first matchup this year. Let me read. The Thunder at home, 15-10. They're it's a really good home record. Warriors 6-18 on the road.
7-18?
6-18.
6. Oh my god.
6-18 on the road. Is this a good time to read you the NBA road records right now?
Let's hear them. So
I'm going to go through the West. Tell me how many positive road records you hear. Ready? Above 500. 500 doesn't count. The number 1 team in the Western Conference, 12-12. I'm going to go in order.
This is at home?
Road records.
Oh, road. Oh, okay, okay.
12-12.
Yep.
11-15.
Yep.
11-9. Kings.
Okay.
9-15.
Yep.
Pelicans. 13-13 Clippers. 9-15 Mavericks. 6-18. 9-15. 7-17. 9-17. And that's the end of the play-in. Those are all teams.
Where are the Lakers? Where are the Lakers?
10-14.
Okay, could be worse. So there's one in the play-in. There's one, and it's the Kings.
One team with a positive road record in the West. So fraudulent. That screams fraudulent to me because how are you going to win a road playoff game against any of these teams in the East? You can't beat your own conference on the road.
Yeah.
That's the West. Now, let me raise you the East.
Let's hear the East.
Completely different story. 17-9.
Celtics.
Oh, you hear that too? Yeah. Something's going on, but maybe that's someone joining the stream. Is that what it could be?
It says 0 viewers. I don't know.
But 17-9, 13-9, 13-12, 16-11, 10-16, 11-13, 15-10, 12-14, 8-17, 10-16.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. Wow.
So it's 5-1 in terms of, and it's not like these teams have bad home records. Celtics 18-6 at home, 19-7, 19-5, 20-5 for the Cavs.
It's only the Knicks that are negative at home out of those teams that have a positive record on the road.
Yeah. So if
it's the top 4 teams in the East, which we discussed as head and shoulders better than every team in the West.
Not even close.
Yeah.
And if there's a prop out there right now to take like who will win the NBA championship, East or West?
East or West.
It's got to be like minus 350 to whatever.
Maybe like an asterisk for if LeBron and AD are healthy, like,
if they make the playoffs. We'll see. Big game
that
tonight.
is our last pick'em game. Also, I'm executive decision switching to Cleveland because the Clippers play today.
Oh, they did play today?
Yeah. Playing Atlanta right now.
Oh,
on the road.
No way Kawhi's suiting up tomorrow.
Not a chance.
He's actually not. Oh no, he's playing tonight. I was gonna say he's not playing tonight, but he is. He is. He goes like 5 games. Actually, you know what? He goes 5 games before sitting out. He's on game 5 right now. So definitely probably won't see him tomorrow.
Nah. Last game of the pick'em, Lakers at Knicks in Madison Square Garden. Second night of a back-to-back for the Lakers, but they're playing in Brooklyn the night before, so it's not really like no travel.
Yeah, you're right.
You know who I have. Come on,
It's on TNT.
TNT game.
You know what's big for Julius?
We got AD back. Julius is he had a subpar game today. It was on national television.
Yeah, you're right. But he's coming off of playing Boston and Cleveland on national television, 37-36.
True.
So
True.
I don't know.
Kyrie 32 today.
Wow.
Nets win.
They brought it back though, right? It was a close game at the end.
Won by 7.
Somehow they always seem to let him back in, but I'm gonna go. Ooh, I kind of like the Lakers. I actually kind of do, but
yeah,
I got to go with my guy Julius in prime time. It's
my god,
unbeatable side. You can't beat this guy.
Braun in the Garden. Come on,
you're right. What's his stats in the Garden? He's historically incredible.
LeBron stats at MSG.
Because I feel like there's a spot, I don't know where, but he like always kind of lets down there. I don't know where.
28, 7 and 7, 50% from the field.
Yeah, so he dominates.
In 26 games there.
Wow. That's insane. Over his whole career, which is that's incredible. But
also, I didn't hear a Warriors Thunder pick.
Yeah. Thunder. I'm going Thunder.
Thunder.
I can't mess with the Warriors on the road, so.
So our only disagreement here is Lakers, Knicks. Beautiful.
Yeah, because you switched it to the Cavs, right?
I switched to Cleveland. Yeah.
All right, perfect. I like it. And then maybe like a little bone, like not counted towards the record, but like who do you have tonight? Do you give the Lakers a chance versus the C's?
Are you kidding me? We got any time LeBron is walking into TD Garden, we got a chance.
That hurts.
I remember 2 years ago when Rondo had a game winner in the Garden. Game winning jumper. Jumper
forwarded to him. He was just chilling right there.
Oh, that game starts in 10 minutes. Let's go.
Some sharp money on the C's. They've lost 3 in a row. I feel like this is a pretty good bounce back spot for them tonight. Lakers don't play much defense, but
Smart playing?
No, he's out.
No chance the C's win.
I'm on the C's. I'm on a minus.
No Rob Will either. Come on.
I got a bad line. I got a minus 8.5 today, and then Rob Will gets ruled out. It's back down to 7.5. So that's the problem. Who's going to guard AD if he's actually going to be playing?
He's playing.
Well, no, didn't he come off the bench though?
No, not anymore. That was a one-time thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Lonnie Walker's back. We're almost at full health. We're just waiting on Austin Reeves.
That's the problem. Who's going to guard Tatum? It's not LeBron anymore, is it?
No. We'll throw Rui on him.
He doesn't play much defense, but he's long. He'll probably affect a couple shots. I'm actually super excited for this game.
We're on the up and up. We should have won. We should have won the first one too.
You should have.
They were up 20, and then we came back and we went up 13, and we lost in overtime.
That game, I remember that. That was an insane game. That was early on, right?
Yeah, December, maybe November.
Oh wow, it's actually what the. Oh, I'm on the. Yeah, you're right. Yes, December. 1 by 4 Tatum had 44. So yeah, who's going to guard Tatum? And AD at 37 though. So I don't think he's there yet. I watched him against the Spurs. He doesn't look there yet. I wouldn't say they rushed him back, but he doesn't.
You got Bronze over tonight too. I was surprised it was only at 28.5. That kind of worries me.
Yeah, that does. But they just give up 37 to Julius Randle. They haven't been able to guard small forwards all year, and their defense has been a problem.
They got to be doubling Braun on almost every possession.
But
Make
I was concerned
Dennis
about
Schroeder beat you. He's still getting 30, but
getting 30. It's so
yeah,
hard to hold him under 30 because no one else can score on that team. That's the only
yeah.
problem. Who would you rather shooting? Schroeder or Pat Bev or LeBron in a double team? I'm taking LeBron today.
LeBron and a triple team.
Exactly. Yeah. Just throw it up,
Yeah.
LeBron. I bet it's got
Yeah.
a better chance than Schroeder throwing it up.
I want to see LeBron's stats at the Garden, at TD Garden.
I will bet you it's probably better than the MSG.
I only have against the Celtics.
Let's see. Maybe on like StatMuse, they normally have some good ones.
Yeah, StatMuse had. Let me just look at. No, he's played 57 games against them, and he's 29, 7-7.
That's insane. Once again,
LeBron James, TD Garden. Come on.
I got he's only had 40 one time versus the Celtics
In TD?
in TD.
So it was the playoff game. No, that's false.
He's in
But that
TD.
must not be counting playoffs.
Oh, okay, you're right. You're right.
Because he's had like 3 40-point playoff games. 4 maybe. 5. Who knows?
Yes, you're correct. Actually, now, but at least in TD, he had 41, 4, and 7. Random
4.
night.
Yeah. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Cross the hour threshold here.
Wow, we knew it was gonna be loaded.
Yeah. 2 episodes a week. I like it. Might be figuring out a little new TikTok format once I can get 100 more followers. But
Yep.
appreciate it.
Some streaming. Yeah, exciting stuff.
See you Wednesday.
Peace.